You have seen a general in the middle of a battlefield having suffered a crushing defeat. His soldiers are exhausted and running away. The enemy appears victorious, and all hope seems lost. But this general is not one to give up in the face of crisis. He assesses the situation with a steady eye and a clear mind. At first glance, everything is against him. His army is damaged, resources are limited, and communications with headquarters are cut off. The enemy is in a superior position, and even his closest advisors are talking of despair. But he knows something that others do not. Defeat is only the end when you believe it is the end. He believes that even in the darkest moments, there is a way back. The general begins to examine all the elements of the battle. He finds the strengths of the army, however small, and exploits them. He analyzes the soldiers' morale, their fear and confusion, and knows that self-confidence can be shaken. At this point, the general decides not to use conventional tactics, but to make a surprise move, changing the fate of the battle. He orders the soldiers to attack positions where the enemy is not present, to launch attacks that can be carried out precisely. First of all, he tells his soldiers, "You may be afraid. You may be tired, but every step you take today is not only for yourself, but for all those who hope in you." These words, not a slogan, but his belief, slowly take effect on the soldiers. Fear gradually gives way to memory and motivation, and the army regains order. At the same time, the general also keeps an eye on the enemy. He analyzes the enemy's movements, their strengths and weaknesses, and even their overconfidence. He knows that the enemy he thinks is winning may be overlooked at the slightest moment. He carefully designs a plan in which weaknesses become strategic opportunities. Instead of focusing on retreat, he directs his troops to positions where they can deliver precise and decisive blows. When the battle begins, amazing scenes unfold. The general's army regroups with order and courage. His tactical genius surprises the enemy and creates confusion in the enemy ranks. Precise and coordinated blows change the key points of the battlefield, and even the smallest remaining groups of the general's army play a decisive role. What at first seemed like a defeat now turns into a historic victory. This victory is not only the result of intelligence and courage, but also the result of crisis management, leadership in difficult circumstances, and momentary analysis. The general shows that any situation, even the worst, can be a chance to bounce back and succeed. He uses defeat not as an end, but as a lesson to improve and overcome challenges. The soldiers not only have won on the battlefield, but also have regained their morale and faith. The lesson of this story for us is that no outcome is certain, and defeat is not final. The winning mind, even in critical moments, can change history. The general shows us that fear, compulsion, and pressure can give way to motivation, hope, and victory with confidence, careful planning, and courage. Even when everything seems against you, the right decisions and determination can turn into success. This story is an experience that goes beyond historical battles. In everyday life, each of us faces crises and challenges that seem insurmountable at first. But with smart management, proper situation analysis, and self-confidence, you can turn a failure into a success. Our general reminds us that any experience, even one that seems like a failure at first glance, can be a source of growth. And success, and that determination and decision-making, have the power to transcend any change. If you enjoyed this inspiring historical story and would like to hear more stories of courage, intelligence, and leadership in the world, subscribe to the Chamber of Secrets channel so you don't miss any episodes, and always stay up to date with stories that challenge your mind and soul.